Greetings, everyone. Welcome. It's Friday on Going Optimal. You know what that means. It's the Gauntlet day. This is where I battle chat instead of randos on Arena. We draft on MTGAdraft.tk, export our decks to Arena, and then use the friend challenge system to battle away. And in this format, to make sure that I get a chance to play everybody who took the time to draft with me today, I'm going to take on all 7 of the drafters one at a time. 7 versus 1, I don't think I would win. But one at a time, I usually manage 1 win. I have so far. The worst I've done is 1 and 6. Chat has 2 and 5'd me a couple of times, and taken me maybe more than a few times. 5 and 2 is a pretty common chat result. I don't know. There's a leaderboard. You can check it out. But mainly, my main concern on the leaderboard, there's only one category I'm truly concerned about, and that is the number of times chat has 7-0'd me, because if they do that, they get to cut my hair. I don't want chat to choose my haircut. I like controlling my haircut. So I'm going to try to win at least once today, and then this is the first chat gauntlet of the new format. We're doing Crimson Vow today. We're going to have to burn some wild cards, but even in a fresh set where you have no collection, you're really mostly just talking commons and uncommons. So as long as you got some depth there, you can start drafting for free on MTGAdraft.tk. If you're not a member of the Going Optimal Discord, you're watching this and you're not a member of the Going Optimal, I mean, somebody link it. It's easy, and it's great. There's a great community there to look at your sealed deck, talk about draft picks, help you make those final cuts or adds to your latest build, or you can find other people who are looking to use MTGA Draft to do some free drafting, and you can enjoy a lot of, I try to help people draft for free against randos on MTGArena, but MTGA Draft TK makes it trivial. I mean, you just you got to find some people. You only need one other person if you're willing to do some alt formats. I don't mention this a lot, but MTGAdraft.tk has several 2-player draft formats that you can queue up. So you only need really one other person to have a cool off client draft experience that you can play out on Arena. That's what we're going to do here. Before we do, I'm going to thank my sponsor, CardKingdom.com. They are purveyors of everything you need for your tabletop Magic experience. If you want to try some of those 2-player draft formats on your tabletop, you can do it there too. There's lots of fun ways to draft at home. You don't need 7 other people. You can get away with 2, but you're still going to need some boosters or at least Magic cards. You can make your own. You can do 2-player drafting from any cube you want to make, and don't be afraid of making a cube. And as I'm buying this collection, right? You all have heard about that this week, or I'm helping process it. I won't necessarily buy all the pieces, but I was like looking at, there's so many just free Magic cards that are perfectly good. Like I was looking at, just I was like, this is just a dragon fodder, and it's like where is it from? It's a promotional one. It's not from the main set. But it's worthless. It's not, and there's foil stuff that's worthless that way, right? And I got and you can build such a fun play experience in Magic with 0 value cards. I mean, if you get them from like Card Kingdom or whatever, you got to pay them 25 cents. That's like the lowest they charge for a near mint card, because that's like the go get it from the box charge, basically. But effectively, you can just build these bargain cubes that are filled with great synergies, powerful, rare. Like I was scanning, like, oh, here's a foil mythic from some set. I scan that, and it's like totally like a limited bomb. Foil mythic limited bomb. Scan it, 5 cents. And it's like, okay, like make a cube, people. Like make a cube. Magic is an expensive game if you are insistent on getting exactly the cards you want every time. But if you're flexible, you can do a lot with cardboard rectangles at very, very low cost, and Card Kingdom will help you do that. Check them out via my affiliate links and let them know you got there from here, won't you? All right, tangent on cube building over. Let's hop over to the left monitor, take a look at the scene here. We've got MTGAdraft.tk all set up. If you want to thank our friend Senryoku for making this tech, you can do the Buy Me a Coffee link down here at the bottom. Do a donation there. And then if you want to, there's all these different tools. Session settings this is where you like pick your format and everything. But we're just doing it as you expect, a traditional Crimson Vow draft. And in fact, this also has you can have a duplicate rare protection. So if you want only a maximum of N copies of a given rare can show up in your 24 packs, and you can put on color protection and make sure that there's color representation in each pack. All right, we got a white rare. Let's see what this does. I'm very behind on my raring. 1 white for a star. Flying lifelink protection from vampires for a spirit warlock. 3 mana. When its power and toughness are each equal to the number of permanents you control that are spirits and or enchantments. So obviously it comes down as a flying lifelink protection from vampires 1/1 flyer with disturb 3 white. And then the enchantment it is on the other side. Enchant creature has flying lifelink. Oh, and it's what, 5 mana to do this? So for 5 mana, you can enchant a creature and it gets flying lifelink and protection from vampires, and it gets +X/+X, where, as expected, number of spirits or permanents you control that are spirits or enchantments. Is that first pickable? Seems good, right? It's just build around. Like, I mean, if you have no other spirits or enchantments, this is not very good. Although, it's even then not awful, but it's pretty bad if you're not doing the thing. I'm going to reserve it, and we can see about building around it. But if there's just like clean removal, I might consider that instead. Wandering Mind, I really want to cast this at some point in the format. I haven't yet. I don't want to start on it. Yeah, Flying Lifelink is just a great combo, right? Like, it reminds me of the Dominaria 4-drop legendary aura that gave Flying Vigilance and Lifelink or something like that. Anyway, so yeah, it's a 2-for-1 built in. I just don't want to leave it as, we kind of got to support it with spirits or other disturb enchantment type stuff. Let's look for removal, though. Make sure Chill of the Grave seems great. Persistent Specimen, I think, is going to be very important for the exploit decks, because there are some common 2-mana exploit creatures. And when you can Persistent Specimen into the new Relentless, or the Ravenous Rats, the Rat Burglar, then I think you're going to be pretty happy. But there's no obvious, like, removal to challenge this as the first pick. A Braid here. I'm going to just select that right now. If I take a Braid second, I wouldn't hate it, but let's see what else is going on here. Change of Fortune is it's going to change your fortune in the wrong direction if you over prioritize something like that. Lamholt Raconteur. Dum 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 dum. Is it any good when you cast? Okay, this is a spells payoff. Courier Bat is just great. I don't know. Have I passed it? Was that in the first pack? Maybe I didn't look closely enough. Drogskull Infantry I like. Yeah, that's true. This kind of plays in, but if we're going to do that thing, I'd rather just have the Abrade. If I'm taking a red card, I'm taking Abrade. I don't care if this is shiny with our rare. Whispering Wizards making spirits. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't really look at this. I got a minute. No problem. Let's look at. There's so many new cards for me to read here. So many new stuff. 3/2 for 4. Yeah, so more fodder. This is interesting for that uncommon we passed. These both work with that. But a Braid just goes in anything that's if we can cast it. So yeah, Wizard does seem good. I agree. But I'm still going to take the removal. Interesting. Well, what do we like here? Not a great pack. It doesn't look like this, at least. I mean, is a curve filler, Cruel Witness. It seems like a fine flyer. Yeah, we could cut white. I just don't think this, like, chasing this rare doesn't seem that important to me. Like, I mean, like, I'm just going to listen to the neighbors if they give us white. But what am I going to do? Take Traveling Minister because I want to cut white? Maybe you're talking about the previous pack, in which case that the white bear that Media was in support of is certainly a consideration out of that pack. I'm going to take the Witness. Yeah, I think this is the best card here, and I'm still just on trying to take the best card. And it isn't a spirit, but we'll take it. I just like the, yeah, it's not a spirit, but the 3/3 flyer for 4. I mean, this was the best, effectively, this was the best card in the worst color at common in Forgotten Realms. And if blue isn't the worst color, we would think that this should be fine for blue. Yeah, I didn't say great Media, but I think we'll try it out. It has great art. Well, that's the bottom. That's the most important part. I do like that they're getting a little wonky with the art these days. They've gotten away from the we only do badass high fantasy art now stuff. Here's the exploit creature I was talking about that makes great use of those skellies that we've passed a couple of. We could take our 4th color and 4 cards. I don't mind doing that, but let's see what we got up here. Screaming Swarm. We do have some flying going on. This is just a new baseline standard. The 4/4 flyer for 6 at uncommon that does something, right? Excuse me. Whenever you attack with 1 or more creatures, target player mills that many cards. So you're generally targeting yourself here. You think this too? Like, you think Kindly Ancestor is the best? Or, like, are you talking... Certainly this plays into our rare if we want to try that. I think I like the cheaper... And I kind of got sidelined. I was talking about the Swarm. The thing with the baseline 6 mana 4/4 flyer is that, I mean, you don't... It's been a great design place to land because they're very playable, but they're not a priority. You're not like slamming these. You are taking them as top end when they come mid pack. Anyway, I like the space of the 4/4 flyer for 6. But I do like, yeah, we can follow the Dawnheart Martyr with actual support for that rare and see if we end up there. All right, Media. It's like Media screaming at me to take white cards and Media screaming at me not to take auras. Start screaming, Media. What's your what are you doing now? What am I doing now? You like the Hunter? Big green? I have had to, I mean, I've landed in green-white a bunch so far in my limited experience in the format. I think the Blood Crazed Socialite is an interesting design and seems pretty strong if you're building around that. We don't have any other black cards yet, but yeah, this thing just says trouble. All right. So I think, yeah, it's I'm looking at the Socialite, the Imprisonment, and the Hunter. More non-creature payoffs. There's very much a spells deck going around that we could have been in on if we'd, especially if we'd chased it from the beginning. Is the statue good? I should read it. I presume not, honestly. When an artifact is still here, pick 5. I assume everybody else has read it and it's not good, but let's read it. Add 1 mana of any color for 3. Okay. At the beginning of end step, if there are 3 or more omen counters on it, on foreboding statue. Oh, and then put an omen. So you use it 3 times, and then it flips into a 5/5. I don't know. What did I just take? I thought I had more time than that. What did we land on? Oh, I guess I took the aura. Sorry, Media. It's not the worst, though. Vampire Slayer to take a curve card in our core color. What else is even here? We're not playing best of 3. The Rallier. Well, it's not the worst if we're aggro. I mean, will you at least acknowledge that, Media? Can you acknowledge for me that if you are hyper aggro, aura removal that removes blockers is acceptable? Look, I'm just saying acceptable. I'm gonna take Slayer though. I can't take it. I don't have it plugged in yet, Prof. I got totally derailed due to tech issues on getting my memes set up. Schnuffy, come back to us. I mean, Media, you act like 100% of the time you play an imprisonment, your opponent immediately has a value play for it. Can you be realistic, please, and look at the texture of all possibilities? This is terrible. 100% of the time, they immediately value you for it. 100%. Happens 100% of the time. Mind Leech Ghoul still here. Crazed Socialite still here. All right, Media, I'm being a little snotty at you, but, like, is this a signal? I mean, I think these are great cards and they're still here. And there's not much else. I mean, I take the Minister. This I've come up on the Minister. So, but let's see. I kind of want the Socialite. Let's take it. Oh, I like it as a look. I'm 3 drafts in, Media. What do I see in it? I see combo. I see that if you create enough you have enough persistent specimen into Ghoul is good, I think. And I'm going to take the specimen now, and we'll find some ghouls, and I'll show you. And yeah, exactly true. Thank you. You know, it's a grizzly bear. You're not forced to do anything. So a serious upside grizzly bear, if you build around enough to have the fodder for it, seems great. I don't know what I'm doing here. What's white black's jam? What is the sign? Is it lifelink? Like, what's the signpost gold uncommon for white black? All right. So we're kind of not really doing the white black thing, even as we're starting to lean into it a little bit here. I mean, we got the ancestor, but we'll see. I'm not. But here's the other specimen. There's the Rallier we could grab, but I'm going to take it. Now I've got the 2 specimens. And if we get some nice exploit action, I'm going to jump on it. Well, I think we found our lane at least. 4 of the final 5 cards here. 1 is unplayable. The other 4 are in our colors. Yeah, I think you're right though. True. I don't want, like, the thing that makes this good in the exploit deck is that you don't need multiple copies. You use the same one over and over again. So a couple is fine, but I don't think we need more than that. We're not Phalanx deck, so it's Beguiler or Rallier. Yeah, it is a spirit. That's a fair point. Yeah, sure, we'll take that. Rally also fine, but not, you know, not important, right? I like that specimens help the Rallier attack, right? You just suicide in a specimen if needed. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to make a pick here. Sorry, Lantern for Vault, right? Actually, in this type of thing, we want to take playable cards from opponents, and we still could conceivably be blue. So I'm going to take the Monstrosity, and we're going to see. I mean, the only black we have right now is these specimens that are very much an exploit card, right? I'm not excited about this. I'm excited about this if we're doing a lot of exploiting, but right now our blue is just about as appealing as the black, and we could also Sure Strike and lean into a little bit of red as well. What's this Officiant do? Are we really doing this? Like, this seems like a tall order. I'm going to take the Sure Strike. I don't think that Vampire Cleric... You like this? It is a late game mana sink. That feels like quite a stretch to be happy about putting mana there. The Knife, I don't even know which one we're talking about. Was it an artifact or something? Maybe I should read. All right, we got an on-color rare. What does it do? Please be good. Looks like another fake angel. It's another fake angel enchantment. Is this going to suck too? Creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on them have a base power and toughness 4/4, have flying, and are angels in addition to their other types. Well, it's certainly a build around, but it doesn't suck. But you got to build around it. We're not really doing that thing. I'm going to reserve it, but I don't think that's us. But what are we taking if not? We can take Brian Comer. And lean into the blue-white a little bit. I think I like that better. At least it, like, blue-white does our rare proper. All right, I'm going to do it. We'll take the Comer, and I mean, we could still be pushed off of it with if the right things get passed our way, but I'm going to take the Comer here and try to lean into the blue-white deck. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, Trainee is nice too. I've really been impressed with that card, and we learned a lot playing with it yesterday. The thing that hadn't sunk in for me with training until I played it is that multiple trainees can choose the same instructor. You can have one big teacher teaching an entire class, whereas mentor, the teacher could teach one student. And in training, the mentor can teach all the training students. People try R-Stall, but it's really hard to give bad advice when you're a Magic addict and you love Limited and you love drafting and you love talking about drafting. It's like, what's more fun? Failing to get Ryan to make a bad pick with your snark, or engaging in the discussion about this sweet game we play, right? Well, we got another on-color rare if we're blue. I see this Lantern Bearer, and I'm happy that there's something that we could do that... what is it? Yeah, this seems fine. Lantern Bearer. We do have a meme for that, too. What's this do, though? Each player chooses a non-land permanent they control. Return all non-land permanents not chosen. And this tends to not do what you want, right? Like, it's too much choice for your opponent. If it was just bounce everything, I mean, that's a card that already exists. It would be basically a reprint. But I think we just want the Lantern Bearer here. Hopefully we wheel Geistlight Snare, because this is for us, and it's pretty medium for everybody else. Just looking at there, I mean, I like the exploit mechanic a lot. So I mean, I think it's partly I might be overvaluing Specimen and the and the ghoul because of my affinity for exploit. That's a whole different mechanic. Affinity for exploit. If you have creatures with exploit, this card costs 1 less for each one. Anyway, we'll take Lantern Bearer and continue down this path. This looks good for that path. I don't even know what it does yet, but it's an uncommon that says Creature Spirit. Can't be blocked as long as it's attacking alone. And then you get to put this on an enchantment. That seems great. Something that cannot be blocked is a must kill if it has any significant power and there's any kind of board stall, and then that happens twice, because if they kill it, you get to do it again on a different one, right? Whispering Wizard we talked about. There's another copy of this, but we kind of drifted away from that plan. There's this Ancestor that I wouldn't mind back. Another Spirit. Hopefully we're going to wheel like the Ancestor or this Spirit, or even just another 3/3 flyer for 4. But we're going to take the Skulker here. I think that's an exciting card, especially where we're at. And now pick 2. I don't know if blue's going to be open the other direction, but I'm starting to like this lane a lot. And I'm feeling pretty hopeful for the deck, that I can at least avoid a haircut of somebody else's decision. That's a hope, not a declaration. I mean, I talk smack and everything, but I never truly presume a win. This is frickin' Magic the Gathering. You can't presume nothing. Exploit is primarily blue-black, yes. I don't think there's... Is the keyword exploit on anything other than a blue-black card? I think that's a reasonable question. I don't think so. I don't remember seeing it on anything else. Oh, sorry, I should make a pick. Another one. We got a rare, though. What's this? Instant Cleave. It's got some green. Forget this. I mean, this kind of could be us. Actually, draw a card for each creature with flying you control could work for us, but I think we just want another core card. This is the Signpost uncommon. We got 2 of them. Griff Rider would be good. Heron of Hope looks just fine. Another Spirit over here. But we're going to just keep combing. And in fact, come up with your comb jokes. I mean, we're competing for my haircut, and I have 2 Brian combers, and kind of it looks like Brian combers, and as a Ryan, you know how Alexis is used to people misspelling Jansen? Guess what I'm used to? Hi, Brian. No. Anyway, so Brian combing his hair here could be funny. Angelic Quartermaster seems just fine, but we can also take an on-point Spirit to really lean into the color pair theme, but I think we'll just take the powerful uncommon here. You have to misspell Spain, though, because nobody could possibly have the last name Spain, Hat. So my name is obviously Brian Spain, right? That's me. Trainee here, nice and late. That's a bit of a gift, but we also have an uncommon. What does this do? Oh, this one. Yeah, maybe if someone's doing the counter thing, we passed that sweet rare. I kind of hope someone's in green-white counters, and as long as I can win somewhere else, just destroys us with that sweet rare and actually makes this escort work. But we're going to just take the trainee. Be pretty happy that it's here. What's wholesome? Oh, yeah. Well, but I couched it with as long as I win somewhere else. I love cool stuff happening on Gauntlet Day after I've saved my hair. Until I've saved my hair, I get a little... What's this? Enters battlefield, 3 Omen counters on it. Oh, it's got a Spirit on the other side, so we like those. 1 and a white. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of them into your graveyard. So it basically... Well, we've seen that effect. It's not any specific mechanic, but... And then, creature anywhere, movement... Okay, so... You gotta... Mill away... Okay... 3 creatures need to die or be milled for you to flip this into a 3/2 flyer. Yeah, like things can die. So if it had to be activated, that seems bad. But the fact that things can die and activate it makes me want to try it. What are we giving up to try it? A Rallier? I'll try it. There's that Officiant again. Boy. 5 mana to get this going. 6 mana and you've got yourself a 2/3 Vigilance. 11 mana and you got yourself a 3/4. Now, of course, if the mana is not doing anything, that's something, but that seems super clunk. A lot of good stuff for here in our colors, at least a lot of quantity. I don't know, Slayer's not that great, but we have a need for 2s, but Ancestor's like the best card. It's just that I'm worried about our 2s. We have another pack though, and this is right on point for what we're doing, so I'm going to take it, but I'm a little worried about 2-drops. Hey, 2-drop, get in our deck. All right, this is coming together, gang. I like it. Is Timber playing today? That's a great question. No, so you're all are doomed. I like that chat is trolling me. My chat opponents are trolling me with cleave names. So if I pay the cleave cost, it's a saw card Linger. And if I pay the cleave cost, it's Nikon. Anyway, all right, let's see what's going on here. Okay, we can take this. It's a 2 Supernatural Rescue. I don't trust, although this could be the deck for it, right? But I can't prioritize this here. If we get one of these randomly late, maybe I'll try it, but because this could be the deck for it. I mean, it is the deck for it. Like, it's supposed to get to us. I just don't know if it's even good then. And I'll take the 2-drop creature that I know I'm willing to play. Because we actually activate this to make this work, right? We can loot for a much cheaper cost and still trigger our uncommon. No, I mean, 10 is late, but we'll get it again. We can do that again later, is my point. Zombie Drake at 5 that could draw some cards, although it's a bit of a non-bow. We don't want to exile our creature cards largely, because mostly we're trying to make our creature cards be stuff on the backside. We can just take the Spirit, but that's pretty underwhelming. There's another Ancestor, though. I just take that, I guess. I'd rather have the ground Ancestor that does the flippy thing than this high-flying Spirit. But sure feels like we're in a good lane. Griff Rider this late is also excellent. We got an Icicle at 3, but I do like the Griff Rider quite a bit more than the Heron of Hope. Although, boy. Yeah, I'm just going to go Rider, I think. We got a pack to go. I'm going to tan your backside if you don't contain yourself. Witness. Look at it. Yeah, we are in the right lane. Is this playable? We're graveyard in the library. Top for. So this is kind of a somewhat of a combo of Clear the Mind and the 4-mana counterspell from guilds, right? But Piercing Light is some interaction. I think I just went for the... we don't have a lot of interaction yet, and this isn't great interaction, but at 14, I'll take it. Because we're looking to be a little bit more tempo aggro. I want to up my 2-drop count. Cemetery Protector, that sounds like a great name for this deck, and it's mythic. Please be excellent. Flash. When it enters the graveyard, battlefield, exile a card from a graveyard. Whenever you play a land card or cast a spell, if it shares a card type with the exiled card type. I thought it was going to be better, honestly. I think we'll take it and play it, but I was hoping for just cha-ching, like, we did it, gang. But as it is, it's just like, that's fine. That's good. Yeah, Catgeist jumps out as well. I really want to try to make this card happen. And that's what I mean. Like, I'm tempted for the Catgeist. But I also want to try Mythics and Rares when we have the chance. Yeah, it has Flash. Probably good enough. Let's just try. And also, we're very low at 4s, right? We don't have much going on at 4. So we'll take the Flash Mythic at 4, see how it works. So, like, here's a response we're going to wheel that we could try. Stitched Assistant is no Organ Hoarder, but we could grab it. Again, it's part of the Icicle at 3, though. We could also take a 2-drop Trick. I'd like it a lot more if it had Flash, the Cemetery Protector. Yes, Tricks, if you're not finding removal, Tricks are a reasonable fallback plan, especially if you're looking to be aggressive. That being said, I think we wheel the Will, and I really just want a Scob or an Assistant here. What are we exploiting, though? Is this really just a 3-2 for 3 without a strong exploit theme? Probably. We could try the Rescue. We just wheel this, though. Nobody's taking this but us. Like, we may as well take a Scob and wheel the Rescue. Or take the Will and wheel the Rescue. But I'm going to... The trouble with the Scob is, again, it's a non-bow with anything with Disturb, but not everything has Disturb, although we are pretty heavy on Disturb still. I'm going to take the Scob because I really think we're going to wheel that Aura and love the infantry here. You know, I was looking for 2s. There's a Griff Rider. I don't mind Destroy Attacking Creature. Yeah, it's true. You don't have to take the Scob trigger, but I don't like a 3-2 for 3 vanilla, right? Oh, are you talking about the Scob? Yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about the other one. But you don't have to take that trigger. You don't have to take any of these triggers. But this, again, much like the 3-2 vanilla, a 2-5 French vanilla flyer for 5 is also not very exciting. So if I'm not doing the thing pretty reliably, I don't love the card. I don't hate it, though. I mean, it's a big flyer. Big butt, especially. Uncommon training flyer. We're going to happily grab that. Lift up some ground beef. Let's attack with a Dreadlight Monstrosity. Anyway, love that card. We're going to grab it. Also, nice spot in the curve where you continue to be pretty low at 4. Kind of want 2s and 4s. All the ancestors are ours, apparently. I mean, I think we run 6 if we had them. But maybe we want the... Here's another chance at the flyer. And we actually like the self-mill now. With all of this Disturb, we're going to get big value out of self-mill. Might just wheel this ancestor anyway. So I'm kind of on Swarm. kind of upgrade this monstrosity in that way. Let's take that. Another infantry is kind of perfect, but let's see what we've got here. For 4 mana, bounce and draw. That's hard to pass, but infantry is still really where I think we're at, and it's just right on point. Right on point. So I'm taking the infantry. I think it's more important than that bounce spell, but I would love that interaction. I don't think we're wheeling the bounce, but yeah, like infantry just does everything for us, right? It's disturb, it's going to train trainees, it's a spirit on the front side, and it does the aura thing on the back side, like the whole plan. So yeah, I hate passing a effectively an Into the Royal, but I think it was correct. And this card is for us as well, although I don't even know if we take it over just another trainee. Yeah, there's also getting some card draw. We don't have a lot of it. This is a tough pick. I seriously would just take this pack and call it done. If I could take these 4 cards, add them to my pile, and skip the rest of the draft, I would slam it. You like more trainees? I kind of do too. I really wanted to do the spirit because it's like it should be our card, but I just want more trainees. Adamant Will comes back. Oh no, it didn't come back. That would be potentially next pick, which means you could do something like bounce, but you know, 2 mana to bounce anything. Maybe. I'd just rather have the Adamant Will though. Yeah, training, because you can Adamant Will pre-combat if you need to. We're taking interaction regardless, but I'll take combat trick interaction. Thing is, we're probably getting another Adamant Will white right now, so we would rather have had one of each than 2 Adamant Wills, but I can't remember. I think there might be other possibilities in this pack. Let's see what we wheel. Oh, it was the Supernatural Rescue maybe that I was thinking of and not Adamant Will. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, that we would surely wheel, right? And then Counterspell, interesting as well. Oh, this one had both. Okay, well, we'll take the rescue anyway. I'll give it a try. Let's science that as well. Although, I don't know how much science I can do and feel good about my hair's chances. I don't know about this Soul Cipher, and I don't know... There's the other Adamant Will. Here's another Supernatural Rescue. So I don't think either of the, like, I think not, we're not going to run one copy of both of these cards. Probably something needs to get cut. But let's, you know, I'm going to take a second rescue, and it is the thing that the deck is ostensibly doing. Maybe we can, don't think we're playing 2, but I do want to try one. Looks like nobody's really doing the counter thing, or I think this would probably have been taken. Although it's not even, you know, it's a little bit whatever. What are we most afraid of? I don't like this. Let's take Aim for the Head so we don't get our sweet Disturb cards exiled. And, well, we can run one of these Efficients. I don't think we're gonna, though. Seems too clunky to me. All right, I like having big cuts. Probably only want 1/6. Really don't know about this thing, but it is a spirit. I like big cuts and I cannot fly. Let's grab the garbage and pull it, not garbage, the worst or the questionable / worst cards of the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this Entomber. Yeah, I think we run the Entomber. We're running all of these 3s for sure. I'll put the Rescue in this pile to think about it. Put this Beguiler in this pile because I think it's pretty darn clunk. The Scob is a little bit non-bowy. I don't think I'm cutting a generic 3/3 flyer for 4. Cav is great. Protectors are mythic. So 28, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I think we want to cut. We want to be at 17, 23. Are you asking what a non-bow is? Anti-synergy, a card that wants a resource you don't want to pay effectively. So when I called Scob a non-bow, it's because the reason to play this card is that a good chunk of the time you're intending to exile 2 creature cards from your graveyard and draw a card. But I really don't want to exile anything that has this symbol on it. I don't want to exile as a creature. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of our creatures are not ones we want to exile to Scob because they take away graveyard value. And in fact, I've talked myself out of this card. So let's cut that. And I want to see what our deck stats are overall. Heavy creature count, light on interaction. That makes me want to cut creatures in general. Not that you can't have a mega heavy creature deck and have it work if you are doing proper aggro and the creatures themselves are kind of interactive and get, enable themselves to attack. But it does make me say, like, I'm cutting the Beguiler. Even though that is creature interaction, it just feels like if I'm playing this, it's because I want white, tap target creature, and 5 just seems like so much to pay for that. Experiment card, known weak removal, known fallback interaction. We are getting pretty aggro here, but ultimately our game we have an aggro start, but we're looking to go long, which makes the imprisonment less and less impressive. But I might feel like I have to risk it. I really don't like Piercing Light. I really want to try this Rescue for some interaction. Maybe I can even cut like a Vampire Slayer as being a pretty weak 2 that's not on theme, and then this is at least something I can do on 2. It doesn't affect the board, which I don't love, but I would cast it on 2 if I had it. And then Adamant Will, like that one, and also it's a response to removal. That's the other thing about the Adamant Will. It's not just a combat trick; it's a counter target removal spell for the most part, for target counter target creature destruction is really what I'm going for. So what do you think? We'd also, we only have a 5 in this big 6. We could call it a 16 lander, but I think that's greedy given the backside power we have. And like, these are not just super cheap in every case, right? There's some expensive disturb costs. Yeah, maybe this is not doing enough. We're pretty light on our blue, although of course we want to cast this on turn 1. But you may be right. I just have a hard time cutting such a baseline fine creature like this. But it is, like, I don't want to cut the Griff Rider, which is another, I think the training is better. But it is double blue. Maybe it's the double blue is enough to say, look, let that go 9-8, or even 10-7. I think we got to go 9-8 though. Well, you see as a 1/1 for 1, maybe we don't because so much of our stuff flies anyway, but the trick here is the aura side of this. I think giving something +1/+1 and flying for 3 mana as a okay, you've killed it situation seems great, except a lot of our stuff already flies. But like, we got all these ancestors. Imagine the 3/4 flying lifelink that if they kill, you get to, do it to something else. So that's why I'd rather keep this than this if we're cutting something like that. All right, I'm going to cut the witness. Because it feels redundant and it allows us to be lighter blue, but this doesn't allow us to be light. Like, we still got blue early. I don't know. It feels wrong to cut this, but I'm not sure what else to cut. Give me some other nominations, or is everybody on witness? Give me some cut nominations. I'll poll it. I'll do whatever chat says, and then get on to playing here. So the witness is one choice. We could just get rid of rescue. Not test this card out. The Adamant Will. I'm going to do Will for the Adamant Will. I'm going to do Prison for the Pacifism Aura. Right? This is Prison. Oops. I cannot cheer in my own channel. Well, yeah, I wasn't trying to. I'm just trying to click where I can type. And then what was suggested? Protector. Yeah, we can also put our mythic on the chopping block. Cut protect there for that. Let's see. Hey, it's a YouTube friend showing up live. Glad you could make it. Welcome, B1 or B1772. Glad to have you here. Help us make this cut. What are we doing? I'm just gonna leave it. I'll put in other. If you think it should be something else, let me know. But if you vote other, follow up with what your other is. So imprisonment, will, rescue. I should have put board on the list, but I want to try it. I don't know. Witness was on the list. Could have put the Entomber on the list, but we already cut the Slayer. Looks like Prison's winning it. I'm gonna cut that for now. See if anything overtakes. All right, cool. We got a agreed upon deck, at least on some level. This is too few islands. I do think we want just 9/8. I mean, when you got a 1-drop and some 2-drops, you can't just add up the pips and do a ratio. You got to focus on your early game and what you're trying to do early. And really, there's a world in which you cut the Bearer, cut the Entomber. This thing is late. You put back in Buffy, and then you could go pretty heavy on the white, but then I'd want to cut the Witness as well. Let's just run this and see how it looks. But there is a super heavy white version of this build that you could go with. Do we have any removal? We have Adamant Will to interact. We have Supernatural Rescue to interact. But the only removal we had are Piercing Light and Imprisonment, and they both kind of suck. So we're just going to try to get there. We could play, we could bring this Beguiler back in for like the Witness or something to have some interaction. But I'm going to just try and get there on the strength of our creatures attacking in the air, our heavy lifelink letting us survive counterattacks. And this seems hair preserving to me, barring some serious bad luck, which of course is always possible. But I do like what I'm looking at here for at least an early deck in this format. We have no idea what's terrible and what's great yet, but I like what I got here. So we'll hop over to deck building. Maybe I'll do my own prediction. Do I get to predict? Streamers can't cast a prediction on their own channel. I can't Pete Rose this thing? All right, fine. Much like Pete Rose, I would only bet on myself to win. Never going to bet on myself to lose. That was his big excuse. I only bet on my team to win. All right. Well, actually, I don't need to be in this view. I need to be still in this one. We're going to go decks. Import. All right. Let's delete some decks. Yeah, don't look too closely, please. Let's see. Any... It doesn't... I'm going to craft it all. Get our Poké lands. There's lag, then there's not lag, then there's lag, then there's not lag. That takes care of our bling redeemers. And we're going to make a combover. How about a combover joke? That'll do. Some of yours are probably better, but let's get playing here. All right, challenge sent. Let me do the same. Bring up my list. All right, Math Core, good luck. Friend challenge working on the first try. What a great start. Little high on the curve, but on the draw with a lot of low drops, we're going to keep this and give us a couple of chances to find a 2. Got a pretty good shot of hitting one. I do have a 2-drop, yeah. I'll be sure to cast it on this Minister. No such luck from the Magic Gods here. under some pressure from traveling ministers. One of them's like the assistant minister, though, right? Nice optimization from math. Don't attack with both. Pump up one and attack with the other, so you gain some life. Now, I was talking about drawing twos. We still start on 4, so, like, I mean, 3 draws to find something 2 or 3 mana. If we come up empty, that's just some serious bad luck. I stand by this keep. All right, serious bad luck, but I stand by this keep. I mean, how many outs did I have to do something before now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I had 15 outs to find something to do, and we just missed. Yep. And of course you knew we were going to find one of those 15 on turn 4. Ancestor. So late. We do, however, have Ancestor plus Adamant Will on 5. So let's play something we don't mind dying here, which would be the Gutter Skulker here. Unfortunately, we wanted this to be our big, haha, we're going to get you. Instead, I think it's going to be our... can we trade? The thing is, they can pump this to a 4/4, so what does that even do? I'm still not blocking with it, right? So if I am not... Oh, no, it's only +1 +0, so we could... But it's going to attack as a 4/4 with the bonus on its turn, right? Yeah. So we can't block and trade with it this turn anyway, so I might as well... I guess, might as well play this. I could play Witness as well. Because, yeah, if I'm going to play a 3/3, let's do this one right now. But basically, we're still taking this. Strong, just value town every turn. I bet that's going to be a big commander staple. I've never seen this card before. And yeah, we're going to rally and hope Adamant Will does something here. My biggest fear is instant speed fight, or instant speed punch. But we don't have anything else to do now but stay back and try to defend. What's this do again? Yeah, just pumping team could be really good here. But let's see what they want to do with their sweet rare aura, or sweet rare enchantment. At least we get to double block and kind of make math act first here. And we could just accept this. But I am going to try to run the will out. If we don't cast it now, we're not spending the mana this turn. Arcanite says take it. We do just get to trade the Witness for the Wolf here. And then we get some lifelink out of it. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll wait. Because also we can play a 6th land and have Cav plus Will again up anyway. So I'm with you. We'll accept this trade. certainly letting Math know that we have something here. All right, Big Beef has the potential to be an 8-7. But no, we're not dead, Rob. Not, in fact, dead.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Between Adamant Will and a double block, we can take out the worm for a low cost of a 2-for-1. We'll save one of them. The trample damage will kill the other. All right. Well, now that it can become a 7, 6, and 8 toughness, now we're screwed. I mean, we were fine until the 8 toughness. But let's make sure Math does the right mode on his rare. All right, so Math has left us ostensibly able to block and kill, but I don't trust that we're not going to get blown out by some 3-mana trick here, because why would Math do that? Maybe Math just intends to follow with a 3-drop after combat, but it's not like we have a choice here. Not like we have choices in the world. So I assume this is not going to work based on what Math did, because Math's no dummy. Math knows that this could be a 10-8 right now. So I just assume this is actually just going to be worse for us, but we have no options other than to hope he's being silly. All right. Hopefully he's being silly. But this is where it's not going to work. Ready? Ready, fail. Huh? Huh? All right, we'll take that trade. Take that trade. Sorry for calling you silly, Math. You probably have reasons. I'm just happy that I was able to trade for that thing. Uh, 7 mana. Unfortunately, doesn't allow a double spell. But let's Screaming Swarm at least get biggish. And then, or we could Quartermaster. Yeah, I like waiting on Quartermaster. So I'm going to go Swarm then. We can even threaten this Grove Strider unless Math chooses the pump option again, or chooses the pump option, period. I didn't really think it through. Maybe I was supposed to. I just liked getting... Partly I like getting big lifelink. Like by pumping the lifelinker, we got to 13 life. That was the heuristic that I operated on without really thinking. So we have 6 mana to work with here. We can still 2 spell. Let's just do that. Or actually, should make sure I'm not dead. How do we make sure we don't die? We can take 4 from this. This becomes a 4/3. And the trouble is we don't have much to play that trades. But a 3/3 doesn't even do itself. So I think we have to do this. Oh, let me look at these closely. Lifelink. Yeah, maybe we do some lifelinky eventually, but right now we just 2 spell. 2 spell, chump, and then Quartermaster to try and do something about this. We can at least put both of these creatures on the crawler and go to 1 under the current circumstances. There, he's using that mode. I don't know. I'm curious to hear from Math why Math didn't protect the beastie with that mode before. Could just be a magic is hard answer. That's usually the reason I do my mistakes, is that magic is hard. But right now we just got to block and hope this works. Well, I played the Mostly meme quite a while ago. Mathcore is going to show me what a mana sink can do for you, I guess. Although I don't think this game is about the efficient. It's not what is making or breaking anything here. Okay, Flash is exciting, leaving us with 3 extra mana. We can give this thing lifelink. I'm trying to figure out how to make this work for us somehow. But I may even need to play it without Flash so that we can lifelink this. Or we can Quartermaster, put 1 counter out, and lifelink this. Get a 3/3 lifelinker, but I think a 3/4 lifelinker on the ground is going to be more important than a 3/3 in the air with this 3 power. Although, again, the Glorious Sunrise is wrecking us. So I think I need to protect main phase and rally to set up some chunky lifelink and not die. And green more likely to get back permanence, so we'll exile the Spore Crawler. And then what was I doing? We're going to give lifelink to the Protector. So, scrabbling our way towards not dying, but still looking rough. If Math swings all and activates the enchantment on pluses, the Efficient threatens to be a 3/4, and the Weaver also threatens to be a 3/4. So we can double block, gain life, and kill one of the two. But need to bounce block off the 3/6 is the problem. Hey, Math didn't attack. You gotta like that. Although Math going wide like that does not bode well for us. And do we want to pitch the Quartermaster? I mean, are we playing the Quartermaster? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we play it, we can't do anything else. If we have a Quartermaster out, we can buff up these 2, and then we have 3 blockers against 5 attackers, but effectively a virtual 5 life. We'll get there. Don't hold on now. And also, anybody can remind me if I've missed a meme. You know that. But I'm trying to just, like, I need to look at what we have. Like, what are we trying to... Because I think actually just playing the Quartermaster seems like it could be fine here. If we don't, what are we hoping to draw instead? Yeah, I think we just have to play the Quartermaster. Oh, we can't. Oh, let's see. Let's do the math, though. If they pump this, their 2 smallest are 1 here. So this could become 3. This becomes 2. And that's 5. And we're still dead, right? So we need to 2 spell. But none of these two spells don't get it done. But it's possible we draw a cheap creature, right? And then we can cast the Quartermaster and the other cheap creature. So we're not going to... well, if we looting 5-drop for what plan? I need a plan before I just loot the 5-drop. When, in fact, we already have it. We're going to draw one more card. We may draw a Drogskull Infantry or a Lantern Bearer or a Perish Blade Trainee. All of which, so that's 3, 4, 5. We have 6 outs to not dying. So with 6 outs to not dying, I'm just going to draw and hope we hit one of the 6. Ugh, so close, but this is too expensive. This was not one of the 6 because we need one more mana. Maybe I can... Oh, but we get a second creature. So, sorry, it does work because we can chump our way to drawing again, at least. And then maybe we can play the enchantment, and then we make another one. Okay, now actually we get some serious chumpage here. I was disappointed by that draw, but I didn't really think of how this was an alternate out. And this is going to be a 4-mana aura, so just what we don't want to... What we eventually want to be unblockable, so I like putting it on the Protector. Are we delaying? We're not delaying the inevitable. We're getting a wide enough blocking that we could actually stabilize the board. Oh, right. Yeah, we got to put it on the auras to get another one, right? Yeah. I was thinking it could go anywhere and get it, but we need to put it there. No reach. We can just, 41 turn clock. Boom, boom, boom. We can do that, right? Well, it's what I asked for, right? Getting it right away. And now the flying trample is going to get it done. Good job, math. Chat gets the first one.
He's dead, sir.
That man's dead back there. Must be dead. He was worse than dead. His brain is gone.
I like how tough we made that, given that we didn't start until turn 4. We got really unlucky there to not find any of our action. We had 15 outs. 3 draws and 15 outs to find something to do before turn 4, and we completely missed. Great deck, great play, math. I'm bitching about my bad luck. I kept what I thought was an easy keep. 3 land, 4 spells. A mix of our lands and the 4 spells were 4-drop plus, but we had 15 outs to find something to do before turn 3 and just did not get there. I think if we find that creature a turn earlier, we get to make it a little more interesting, but I have a hard time thinking we overcome all those rares. But certainly a little extra luck in the early going there would have gone a long way to making that a little more interesting. But I'm happy we made it close and didn't just let math completely roll us. We actually stabilized to the point where we were not getting attacked anymore. So we held the ground for a little bit, but then it slipped away again. All right, Cardlinger. Yeah, what's the worm called? I think I have that one loaded. It might not be loaded yet, though. That's the other thing. If it's a late... Oh, no, the Bramble Worm? There it is. This is a more interesting mulligan keep decision. We have the Entomber. We have the Soul Cipher board. That's a 2-card combo right there, and we can cast it. And the 2-card combo helps us look for spells we can cast. I don't love... I mean, we got to pitch pretty bomby creatures. But we keep it and be willing to do that in service. And we start with the Entomber, and then we untap and play the board, and then we can use the tumor and immediately... the Entomber, not the tumor. It's not a tumor. And then we start getting some free board counters off. If we find a second Plains, I think we just go Martyr. Especially against Vamps. We didn't. We did find a 2-spell turn, though. That's kind of interesting. Maybe we don't cast this spell, though. Maybe we pitch it to the Entomber. But I still certainly like the Soul Cipher board open. I think pitch is an acceptable word for throw away. Media likes play for the double block. And then it's true, that also takes counters off. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Let's pitch the Quartermaster, though. This is, we don't even have the mana for this yet. We can pitch this when we, before we untap. I think that's a thing. Well-crafted meme there. Yeah, that's the combo here. Entomber shortcuts the board counter removal. All right. Want this Plains. We just play our... and this... this will be a 2/2. Hey, Jim. Thank you. We could also go trainee, hold up will, and hold up activate board. Yeah. Well, let's play the trainee, and then we have a lot of options, right? This seems... I really don't want to pitch this, though. Pro vampires against vampire deck seems important. Because I was holding up 2 mana for this and for this. But maybe I screwed up. I don't know. This is what I was thinking, though. We get to do this now. Got to watch out, though. Now the blood tokens are such that this can take out any of our creatures. Except for Catilda. So if you play Catilda, the Harvester can't harvest our rare, so that's cool. And anyway, back here, we want the Comber. Got to put one... Although we can put this in the yard. I guess it's value to put this in the yard, and then we get a 5-drop. Without this being a Plains, though, we don't have Martyr plus Will. We do have Martyr plus board, though. I'm going to do That's too, like, casting this on the front side seems good though, right? Get some extra stuff to start spreading around on the board. It makes spirits for our Catilda, right? So let's ditch the island. My value mindset was like surveilling away a graveyard value card is kind of what is the good heuristic there, but I don't think it's what we wanted to do there. Although it also would have taken a counter off the board, right? So I don't know. There's a lot of interesting interactions here. And is this enough? Getting extra wide? I really like having the Adamant Will up, but now we're out of the way to do it. Can't hold up everything here. I did, but I drew it because it's good. I didn't think through whether it's actually what we need next turn, though. I drew it because eventually we want to cast it, but if we cast it now, we get 5 creatures, most of them small, and we're facing this Trampler and this Harvester that I don't love. But yeah, Pro Vamp goes a long way here, right? That's why I'm thinking we could do that instead. And I don't. Yeah, I kept this because I want to cast it eventually. I didn't keep this because I wanted necessarily to cast it this turn. And I think Pro Vamps on this board is too good to pass up. I'm going to keep everything back, though. Argument for attacking with the Bearer, but I kind of want it to die anyway. One possible play is if they come in and we can find a trade for Bearer and even like Entomber, and then cast the Bearer on the trainee and get in. Really cool to see the Vampire Blood deck going here. I like Cardlinger's synergies and whatnot. There you go. Mr. Blood over here. But this is crazy good against Cardlinger. If this had Vigilance, I don't think we could lose. Well, we can use auras on our we kind of want to put our auras here anyway. It's our best card. It's lifelink, but Pro Vamp means we're not worried about that. All right. Well, if we do this, we also have to add another one, but I'm willing to do that. I wanted the Bearer dead anyway. You want to block all? Yeah, we could block all and actually kill the thing. We lose. What do we lose if we do that? If you are Cardlinger, what do you kill? Well, you only get 2 of them. You'd probably leave the Bearer alive and kill the Entomber and the trainee. Is it worth that? Are we really willing to trade Entomber and trainee off for this Socialite? When we could do it with Adamant Will ready later. That's my thing. We could also just... it flips the board. That's a good point. Yeah, that's the we could just take it. We're at 20. We could go to 15. That's the thing. If we we don't want to flip with Harvester up. Well, Harvester's going to get something. That's all right. Yeah. This is their... the trouble is, the trouble with this line meta is that that Cardlinger can just sack and kill this and take away our ability to kill this thing. I think the fact that Harvester can blow out this Mega Block is the reason not to do it. Right? So, then the question is... oh, it's sorcery speed, sorry. Activate only sorcery. Thank you, thank you. So... okay, then I do want to do it. Then I think we can race. And we gave a chance for Cardlinger to do something we want, you know, to do something differently than we expected, and instead we get to keep our trainee, which I like better. Exactly. We're going to have, I mean, it's got pro vampires, so none of the vampires can even interact with it, and then Adamant Will protecting it seems pretty good. And I don't mind that we got that thing off the board. So let's do this. And now we have Martyr, and we can even send the trainee. I'm perfectly willing to trade the trainee off for either of the Oppo's creatures. Well, it's our choice, though, on sacrifice, right? I have a choice. How about this spirit token? Yeah. But yeah, now we're pretty well protected against that, thanks to the Comber. And what does this do? It gives him blood token. I mean, I'm fine just taking this and seeing if we can race now. Do your worst. Look at all this blood. I'm worried that blood is somehow just going to kill us out of nowhere. I don't know all the blood synergies, so like I feel like I'm in a good spot, but I'm super nervous about all these blood tokens and what they could represent. We got Drog Skull, we got Lantern Bearer. I like making the trainee fly here and helping the race, but I also I can put it on the Comber. Let's make the Comber fly, sure. Yeah, I keep forgetting that the Brine Comber needs to be targeted. My mind has it as that when you have this and target anything with an aura, you get a Deuter, but you got to target this thing, right? That's what's not getting through my thick skull. So we could even play the infantry, but I like holding the will up here. Oh, I guess, yeah, I mean, they're tapped out. I'm going to send like so, and if they go for the trainee, we can will it, and I'm happy to eat that Celebrants. What are you playing around, Mike? Or are you trying to get my hair? You want to save the will or something? It's hard to tell if Mike is trying to get me to lose or has an angle I'm not thinking of. When he's on the top of his game, I can't tell the difference. That's fair. Protecting our game-winning bomb with the indestructible against destroy-based removal seems fine, although they do have -X, -X, and exile removal a lot in black, so it's not even like Adamant Will is a pure answer to that stuff. But isn't that fair, right? I hear what Media and Mike are saying, but if you look through the commons, I don't even know if Red has some if this dies exile instead, but it feels like a lot of the low rarity removal we're worried about doesn't Adamant Will doesn't solve. But do we need to slow him down? I mean, let's see. This is a vampire wizard. Like, we just practically get there from here. Do this. And then feels like GG in the air. And we see their hand, so there's nothing to get. Do we send this to, or does it not matter? We can send it. I don't think it mattered.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Whew, hair is safe. I can relax. Nice 1-1 split to start. Good game, Cardlinger. I had the your deck looks sweet, and then I kind of just like had the one card. Yeah, it's like here's my anti your deck card. I don't know what kind of removal you had. We weren't there was some question as to whether I should bother casting that Adamant Will to win combat versus just trying to protect Catilda. I was worried that the black answers that you might have that Adamant Will wouldn't save her anyway. So that was an interesting choice, at least. All right. Next up, Toto. Thank you for your time, Cardlinger. Really appreciate it. All right, curve out. Give us a plains, please. It's a land. Better than... Plains is best, but Island probably second best here. Wretched Throng. No more islands, please, deck. We leaving this back to block? I don't like blocking a Throng. They're just going to get another one. We'd take a counter off the board, but that's not how I plan to do that. We can at least go Ancestor into Cav regardless of whether Catilda finds a plains. Yeah, good little design in this realm of you want a bunch of these. Although win for us, Toto is both mana screwed and drew 2 thongs. You only want to draw one of these if you can choose. And now they have a double block on the Ancestor, but I would love it if they want to do that. So we're going to ship everything and then figure out what's next. Probably the Skulker. Yeah, looting gets good with these if you can rummage away an unwanted throng. Find something else, you can do that. What do we want as next card, though? We can do Trainee and board activation. We can do Skulker and start just getting in. I guess Skulker does maximum pressure on a mana screwed opponent, right? We should do max pressure on mana screwed opponent. And then we have, well, they found their not only third land, but second color. So maybe Toto will make a game of it here. Understandable. I would have predicted black with the Throngs. Throngs are at their best in the exploit deck. Just so. Now I wouldn't mind like an Adamant Will. Combat trick in this spot would be nice. Blow out combat blocks. Or we can just start skulking alone and leaving these back on D. I think it starts with a... Yeah, we could swing all and flip the board. That would be fine too. You're right about that. Another Throng as expected. They get a 1-for-1 here, 1-for-1 here, but this requires a double block if it's going to do anything. I don't think we don't flip it here because we're not going to lose 3 things. But I do like Mike's observation that we don't really care if things die because both of these have graveyard value and the board wants to flip anyway. Interesting to see which Toto feels is the thing most needing to die. I like that choice, but I also know what Toto's feeling. It's like, okay, well, I can trade for this thing, but then he gets to make something else 2-3 like this. We can throw this on the on here and get an unblockable lifelinker if we want, for example. But we'll take this trade. And Comer ahead of... Do we have other stuff for... We can go Comer, Skulker on Comer, get that go wide air force going, and I don't think they can... right? So we can also just do Cav and start attacking with this. It's just right now nothing trains it. I mean, but this, like, anybody saying cavalry, you're saying, I want to put 2 points of power in the air. Brian Comer immediately puts 1 power in the air, and then when we Skulker the Brian Comer, we put a 2nd power in the air, and we make a potentially unblockable Comer, although it's not a particularly sexy unblockable. So just thinking about that, and thinking about potentially leading with that in that case. Or Trainee and do the board. So, all right, I'll do Cav, but you can see where my mind was. I like, in terms of adding power to the board to press a mana screwed, fallen behind opponent, the Cav wasn't necessarily the best thing to do. Yes, well, there's a lot of ways to be mana efficient. Not the Comer. The Comer's not perfectly mana efficient, but sometimes you accept that you're effectively playing 4 mana for this if it's the right play. I'm just going to no block that. Feel like this might be some exploit coming here. All right, found our land. Now we can 2-spell it. Even do our Tilda if we really wanted to, but I think Brine, Comer, and Make Stuff Fly is fine. Yeah, we can't double spell with these two anyway, so it's all we got. Let's start here. Ooh, they're pausing on one black. What does that mean? I could go look it up. We could just do trainee, offer the ancestor for the 3/2 anyway. Yeah, the feign death. Sure, that makes sense. So maybe we don't want to offer, although we would still get counters off the board. So then let's just not give him a chance. Let's go this, fly. And just put intense pressure up in the air here with a huge life cushion. This has been okay, right? Not amazing, but it's an interesting sub game, and it does flip into a kind of a must kill. And this looks desperation. I'm going to take it. Could be a pre-sweeper play, but make him have it. A little white splash looks like... Oh, no, I thought... from here, it looked like that was a white card, but it's just an artifact. No meat hook massacres in this set. One, two, three, four, five, six. But we play this. Is this gonna... no, that's not going to do it anyway. But we can do this. How do we have lethal? Let's see. Two blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attackers. Yeah, it's 7, but they got blockers. Yeah, Comer flying would do it. This doesn't help in terms of unblockability, so I just like getting close. Put it to 1 and figure that's going to be pretty darn good for next turn. And I'll drop a trainee, though. Or infantry. That's the trainee. Big flyer, but not enough. All right, good game, Toto.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Next up. Dr. Schnuffy. Thanks for the game, Toto. Just managed to get airborne over you there. Blue-White Flyers still working in limited 20 plus years later. On one of my side accounts, I drafted a green-black big butt 113 deck. I don't have the butt chucker, though, unfortunately. I do have the butt fighter, though. Well, this looks fine with our current hand. We have easy 2. Any land gets us into our 3s. But trainee up front and then into something to train it with is the ideal. Alright, no blue yet, but we did find our 3rd land. Happy about that. This we had to pass. This would go great in our deck. And unfortunately, we're kind of in a no attack spot here for now. Well, vicious 18-turn clock in the air here. We'll just keep playing what we can and using our mana. Hey, Jank. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate it. Passed a couple of these. We didn't quite have the lane for that. Frustrating lack of mana so far, but we are managing to at least operate somehow. Yeah, I really wanted it for our team, but we took something real good over it. I can't remember now, but maybe it was even just a trainee, but it was a tough pick. I think Dr. Schnuffy's deck is going to be good. The first deck I noticed that we were passing and, like, quote, could have had that seems like it would have been really synergistic and powerful with what we were passing is the red-blue spells deck. So here you go.
All right, everyone, chill.
Yeah, it's true. If the trainee dies, it's not like the counters are gone forever. Trouble is now, I mean, we're suiciding both, though, right? The mentor is eaten and the trainee is eaten, and then they both flip to something, so maybe I need to just be more embracing of the value on the backside of these cards. I'm just going to play this and pass, though. I think infantry and trainee. Oh, sure. Yeah. I hear what you're saying. Because you don't mind that dying either that way. Really enchanting something to make with 2/2 is, especially if you can find an island and make it the Comer, that's certainly real. All right, Mike, we'll try your line. They can do a bounce block as well. Ooh, Mythic, what does this do? First strike, 2/1. Enters the battlefield, exile a card from a graveyard. Okay, so now if we ever play a creature, we take 2. Yikes. We don't really have interaction, so that's just going to plague us for the whole game. Fortunately, we have a lot of lifelink, so we can take a significant chunk of damage and still find our way, but not without mana. An island would be helpful. Wouldn't mind that. Deck. No such luck, but we are a mana away now from a Quartermaster. Okay, that's a little more balanced. At least it'll hurt Doctor as well. I like that. Good call. Yeah, Graveyard Exile was not fantastic for us, but it's not what's losing us this game. Stuck on 3 and... well, here we're going to try using this thing. Sure doesn't look that great here. Can keep us alive, but then not do much. That's true. It did cost us on the on that front. We could also send in and flash this in, and we have a possibility of a 3/5 lifelinker. But I kind of feel like we need the defensive tapping at this point. So I'm going to pass and do that. Yeah, I was trying to just like use it as a combat trick here, but we need to use it to set up the eventual ability to attack with this thing, and in the meantime, stop flyers from killing us. Definitely this one, and then I guess the other doesn't really matter. Doing this into a ton of open mana and cards, but we're also not playing around anything at this point in our board. We're just way behind, and the farther behind you are, the more risks you have to take. Risk realized, and I'm gonna scoop it up. I don't think we can win now. Too far behind. Tap down the 2 best blocks, but then they get a good crackback. I don't know, Mike. Or maybe I even scooped early there, but...
Is this a dead man, Doctor? Very dead, Mr. Spock.
Tie ball game. See what Papa's got. I think 2% is strong. Like, what was the... we needed... It was not about just top decking and answer. We needed to have a string of top decks and have Oppo have a string of blanks. And even then, I would have to, like, really assess what the top deck... You know, it was like a perfect type situation, if you ask me. And I think that means it was even worse than 2%. All right, Papa. Papa, come get some. I think I ran some of the memes, but I can't remember now. It was the Spirit in the Sky one. All right. Not the 2-drop I'm looking for, but it's a 2-drop. How do we build them? You just, in your deck editor, you can build 40-card decks. You just even indicate in the drop-down that it's... Or you can save it out. Yeah, you just save a limited deck, and it works. Somehow I haven't processed this card. Have we even seen this yet? I feel like I haven't played this meme yet, except as an example. As a, like, check out these new memes. Expecting a wolf here to make this block not great. We still might take it, though. Flipping into the Ancestor's Embrace is not bad for a trade, and we do have some action behind, especially if we can find a land. And trading gets us closer to flipping the board. And just so, I will accept. Thank you for delivering land number 4, deck. Appreciate that. Let's just go Cav here. Next turn, I think I like Entomber Ancestor over Quartermaster. If we find a land, I want to set up... I want to hopefully get max value out of Quartermaster. Yeah, for those of you who don't feel very proficient at Photoshop or whatever app you would need to actually construct the meme itself, there is a channel where you can give your ideas and hope somebody else likes it enough to actually execute, which is how I operate. You know, I like that plan. All right, we found our 5th mana. We could Quartermaster for light value, but... kind of like Entomber, make the Cav lifelink, and then Quartermaster next turn. I think that's what I'm going to do. Raconteur was another card we passed early, staring at the possible spells deck. Well, I don't know if you were there for the deck building. I acknowledge this as it doesn't look good, but it is playing into our themes on every level. Like the extra aura, the extra spirit that you get from the signpost. But But you're right. I don't think this is a good card, but this was, I mean, I'm still in trial mode for this set, and I figure this is the archetype for it. So let's give it a shot and see if it's worth running in the deck that it's made for. Might not be. Like right now, I kind of wish I just had the stupid pacifism. I'm going to go ahead and call this bluff, though. It's a free attack for Papa. Nearly free. We do have 1 mana up, but worst case, Papa uses something in hand to kill our 2-drop, and we get a counter off the Ouija board. They don't sell Ouija boards in Innistrad, they sell Soul Cipher boards. It is nighttime. Beefy stuff from Oppo now. A lot of wide open mana, but we're going to go Quartermaster and try to pump some stuff up. Most people aren't splashing blue for counters, so counter spells, so I at least expected to resolve this thing. Two 4 does bounce block the 3/4, so I think I do keep it back, but we could just race. I guess this bounce blocks. No, this doesn't bounce block anything. 2 damage or prevent 3. Given the life linker, I'm going to say we want 2 over preventing 3. That's assuming we land here again. 4 cards, 5 mana. Could have just left this up, I suppose, in face of the open mana. But hard not to just drop the Quartermaster and then leave this up later in the face of open mana. Certainly this is not overperforming by any stretch. We're not going like, whoa, this turned out to actually be good. It's like, nah, I don't know. No blocks. We're out of the lifelink. Got to just take a big, huge smack here. What's the splash card? What do we say in this splash card and why? Oh, the Disturbed Mirror Hall Mimic? Oh, right. Sorry, I was thinking they cast their own Quartermaster, but yeah, there you got it. So now we have Rescue to try and eat. This is an interesting one. This is what I didn't like about this design. It's making me decide whether I want to tap defensively or try and get them. You can't really do both. But we also might want the Brinecomber down before we do rescuing. Although, are we really going to rescue onto the Brinecomber? Oh, right. We don't have Flash anymore. Good point. We could do the Spirit, though, and then we'll get a Chumper, and then we'd have that next time. And then the Chumper flips our board. So, yeah, we'll do that. And yeah, could also just pay for board. Trouble is that brings it tapped. Well, it doesn't necessarily matter, but it's not trouble. Observe that it enters tapped if we do that. But after combat, untap doesn't really matter anyway, which is when the stuff would die. We'll say no attacks and decide what to do after Oppo makes their attacks. Entomber at least has a Ridgewolf block. Yeah, got stuff to do here. At 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at 6 mana, we can even Comer hold up Rescue. If it's dead, I mean, you know, flip side of Disturb on the Comer. So I definitely want to chump with the Comer. Then the question is, do we want to add enough? I think we triple block the Blossoms here. Lack of attacking Ridgewolf suggests not any tricks. So I kind of like this. I just like letting the board. I don't think we need to activate the board. I mean, we could, though, if we're not going to cast the Rescue. But let's block first and then decide. I mean, we should, right? It's a good use of the mana before we flip it. And we can't do anything with it, anything else with it. My only question now is, do we just try to trade off the Quartermaster? I think we trade off the Quartermaster and accept that result as well. Was trying to get Trixie with the Rescue. But if all of this happens and we even get to loot and everything, or effectively loot, it's not loot, but it's in that realm. Can board end of turn, but it'll flip after damage, and then we can't do it. Right? So I'm going to do this and then activate. Boy, under pressure. But Skulker, do we need the Rescue tap, or do we need just Skulker and Comer to get wide here? Probably Rescue tap this time makes sense. Can't play Skulker. Why not? Oh, sure. I ignored the graveyard. But can they cast it? I mean, it's blue. Right now they can't cast it, right? Yeah, we need another blocker. The only question is whether I'm skulking or rescuing, and I'm going to go Skulker. Make him find the blue. I mean, the Skulker's a blocker, though, right? I'm just going to put this here. and can't really risk attacks here, right? So we'll say no attacks. I suppose, but you know, Hat, I like counting on my opponents not reading as well.
Oh no, please! I can't read your crazy moon language!
Ugh. Betrayed by a betrayal? Gross. That's it. Menace there too much.
He's dead, sir.
That man's dead back there. Must be dead. He was worse than dead. His brain is gone.
So you're saying I'm as good as Ben S. I hear you. Good game, Papa. I don't like losing to that stupid steal a creature card. What are you playing that garbage for? Besides the fact that it beat me. Well done. I mean, you don't have sack outlets, right? I just don't like playing those things without sack outlets, unless desperate. But I suppose if you're just losing, if you're not attacking, you can do worse. No, that's true. But what were your colors? It was, there was a splash of blue. Was it black? Yeah. I just remember the red. Yeah, red, green, splash, blue. So where's your exploit? Man, we can't find our early drops. It's really frustrating. Well, we still have two draws to find a 2-drop. I'm going to keep. And we have good 3s and everything, but the lack of the number of times this event we haven't been able to operate before turn 3 has been very frustrating. How many Throngs were in the frickin' draft, people? And nope, no, I'm just not allowed to play things on 2. That's just not how this game works, apparently, and I'm not allowed to cast Catilda unless it's against the vampire deck. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 outs. 8 outs in 2 draws to find something there. At least we found this. But with no, I don't even know if we play this yet. I would rather play just like the Kindly Ancestor or the Brine Comber. Brine Comber. No, we'll go Ancestor. There you go. One of the reasons I just wanted to put something forward that I was okay dying. And here's this rescue not being a good card again. Could Skulker, and technically it blocks these. What's this thing? Beginning 2/1. If you discarded a card, it's a 3/3, but that's not until end of turn. So yeah, we can really just Skulker here and have a blocker, and then Braincomber blocks 2 things. That's a fair point. But it doesn't use all of our mana, and Skulker also threatens to block those 2 things. So I'm going to do that. Man, the draft had a bazillion throngs apparently. Which one? I've done the Lantern Bearer a bunch, so I intentionally didn't do that one. But is this a Ragged Recluse or something? Yeah, there we go. Here.
I'm the magnificent, marvelous Madam Mim.
3 blue, 2 white means we can't go Catilda and another spell. So I am going to go Braincomber, Ancestor on Braincomber, and just get super wide here. And with all these blockers for the ground, I do like sending the Skulker and trying to get somewhere in this race. Unblockable 3/3 lifelink. Maybe I should have done that, Mike. I got obsessed with getting maximum width value out of this, but we can also Ancestor this eventually anyway. So we can still get that lifelink, but maybe I needed it fast with it being at 12. So that's totally fair. But I feel like we have the defenses here. I'm going to send in... And we will play Ancestor next turn or Rescue and make more flyers. But I mean, we can block everything they've got now, which is what I was thinking, Mike. And sure... +1/+1 flying gets some stuff out of the single block range, but we're going to add more to the board. Man, we're like... I'll stand by the 9-8 split given the early blue we had, but boy, we've been punished with more islands than we want. A lot. And now we don't even really have a 2 spell because of that. We're looking at 1 spell here, and yeah, Catilda gets big here and is life linky. We can't really protect her, but it becomes must kill. So, okay, let's do that. Yeah, right, let her die, and then we haven't even done this part yet. Little Obi-Wan death action. Hat and I locked in brains. Scary stuff. Skulker or blocker? I think we're going to ride on our blockers that we have here and keep sending Skulker for now. I think we took Protector over this Catgeist, and I was not sure of that pick. Six mana. Now we can 2-spell in a couple of ways. Mike likes Ancestor Rider for the duo. Hard to argue with. Really starts to get us back in this. We can send... the Ancestor pumps Catilda. Let's start there. Pump our Catilda. You like Comer, rescue Comer thing. Yeah. Yeah. Keep sending the 3/3. That's true. Hard not to pump Catilda with the Comber and just go with and send in that, though, right? Yeah, there's a lot of things to do here. I'm going to put this on the Skulker. I think that's what we do with this Comber. And now... we could even do the Supernatural Rescue thing to get in a ton of damage. But we maybe just hold this up. I think I'm going to send the Lifelinker. I really like the idea of getting some big life back. Yeah, rescue on upkeep could be where we do that if we're not looking to ambush them. And then, yeah, Catilda with lifelink is just like, we got to get in with her, right? It makes it so safe. Yeah, we could have played Ancestor even. You like Griff Rider? Yeah, there's all just sorts of stuff like, yeah, kill it whatever you want. It all comes back stronger, better. So given that, maybe we don't need to worry about the rescue. Yeah, let's just get offensive. I'm with Mike. I'm going to go ahead and play the Rider to get more air support. And then we can, on our next turn, do an offensive main phase Supernatural Rescue and really have like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, we represent lethal here. And we're going to try. I don't think we need to put this on, like, I could put this on a flyer, but we don't need to add power here to threaten lethal. So I'm going to throw it onto the Skulker because it makes more stuff with the Comber aura, and we just don't need to pump these up to get lethal. Yeah, I guess it does play around one kill spell, but I'm still going to go with my plan. I mean, it's going to make this an 8/8. And we can even rally to make it a 9/9. Seems good.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Old man balance trying to headbang is not not very successful. See, I was never a metalhead. I'm an embarrassing headbanger. You should have your phone ready. Yeah, right. Just be ready. All right. Nice tie ball game, gang. You don't go shopping, but you could win the week. Let's see if Jank lives up to the name or brings it. Yeah, Chimero, you were damned if you do, damned if you didn't in that one. That's what chat kept pointing out to me is like, don't worry about it. Let him kill Catilda. What, does he want to face Catilda's backside? Let him kill the Skulker. We just make Catilda unblockable. Like, it just felt like no matter what you killed, we had a great comeback for it. Garbage opener. Probably going to ship this back. 6, 5. We have a 1/5 drop, 1 6 drop. Here they are. And no blue, and no action, and no choice but to mull. Much better. How greedy to be? I think we're island greedy here. Everything here is cheap, so might as well ditch the island. Trainee into Drogskull, a fine start. Entomber if we feel like we're getting rolled. Yeah, Entomber can start pitching things like the auras that we can't cast. Why do you like infantry first? So if we don't want to do the trainee yet, just let this grow eventually. Well, now I definitely... Well, now what do we want? Could be Entomber now. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. In my head, I'm thinking I want to play the thing that needs to attack to get its mechanic going, but it needs another attacker anyway, so it doesn't matter which. Yeah, I've just been thinking about that wrong. But now we just might want the Entomber instead. But I'm willing to send infantry into the ghoul, so yeah, let's go infantry. My heuristic that I was using on trainee stuff was off. It's now corrected.
Where is my rap burglar?
All right, found a plains. Good to have our 4th mana. A lot of options now. Not a lot. I think we just go Comer, honestly. But I think we offer as well. You still want to go trainee now? I was going to max mana, and then next turn we can Entomber trainee or Skulker. I'm going for max mana. We mulligan. We need to be very efficient in our actions. Whenever this enters the battlefield or attacks, create an insect token and double that up on the flip side. All right. Well, nothing's attacking here. Probably just want to play the Skulker or the Witness and start having 3 power in the air. I guess we can play the Skulker and then know that if we double block to like kill the expert, we get value on the other side. So I'm going to do Skulker. It's true it's not great, but they do need to attack, and all these creatures can gang block pretty well. So we'll make them have that. Do we want to send the flyer, or are we blocking with that? If they send this, we're really looking to go Skulker plus infantry. We don't need to throw this on as well. Maybe we throw that on. I'm going to just send this. I don't think it's blocking. That's the fundamental question. Do I expect to block with this? If not, send. And I didn't expect to block. Scary looking attack, but we got to call. I call. And I'm going to triple block. All of these have backsides that do something. I don't know exactly what trick I'm playing around here, but I just know I don't mind any of these dying. Mike wouldn't add the 1/1. I mean, but I guess it gives them another option for how to trade. But we don't mind this dying, right? What is this even doing? I'm going to leave it in, Mike. I don't care if it dies. I practically want it dead. Aha! Well. Aha! Let's try. I guess 3/3 Flyer does threaten to double block this again. If they're out of action, we needs it. Cruel Witness feels like it's got to have a pop culture reference that would be funny. What's the funniest pop culture Cruel Witness? Maybe just a stop, can I get a witness meme. All right. I'm gonna try to trade for this thing. If we don't kill it, we're gonna die. So this basically is the game. If Jank wins this combat, blows out this block, we are just straight dead. If this works, we have a chance. But we're gonna make him have it. So I could probably scoop now. I mean, I really don't know how we possibly win. I was already in, can't beat him. But I guess Ancestor, Entomber, or, you know, we can still, we're not dead. We're not dead. It's not looking good, but we ain't straight dead. Training not looking that great. We can entomb it away for something else if we need to. Yeah, I think we're solidly mostly, though.
Is only mostly dead.
I mean, Jank continues to keep saying, I've got it, and I keep continuing to be in a spot where I don't feel like I can not call. So I will once again call. Okay. Could brine up and trainee and yeah, we can also do a +2. Yeah, we should probably do +2/+2 on the life linker is interesting. It seems like they're out of removal. Gives us a spot where at a 4/5 though, they can still make this a 5/5 and eat it. I kind of like rescuing first, buying a turn, and then doing that. Does that make sense? Because the Tron Mike line still leaves the Ancestor dead to Socialite. Yeah. They only have one blood token, but it says, when this attacks, you may sacrifice a blood token. Nah, I like my line. I'm going to go with it. Pin down the 2 biggies. We'll make it day next turn. Doesn't even matter. We're 2-spelling next turn, right? I guess not if we Drog Skull, but we still might. We can draw land and 2-spell. I just wanted to do it before drawing. Prof thinks get him to sack the blood is better than avoiding a draw. Maybe that's true. I went with my baseline heuristic for these things. Oh, but yeah, it's after attacking, right? So it's already attacking. Yeah, I see what you saw. I didn't even think about it, but yes, it wouldn't have worked as you intended anyway. So my verdict on this supernatural rescue is that it does not even seem good in the Spirit Aura deck, which is not great, Wizards. I mean, give my deck a reward that's good. I think we cycle Trainee, because what I really want is a 6th land, so that we do this as our 2 spell. We tried it. I gave it a chance. This is the deck for it, but it seemed bad. All right, found our 6th land. We can flip it. And I guess we are eggs in basketing the ancestor. Not much else to do, in my opinion. Sequencing it this way to get another flyer out of the armaments. And we could attack in and... At 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They could literally block with everything. And also they can make this indestructible, so we don't even get this thing. So I don't like that. We will stay back. I mean, what I don't like is, I mean, battle cruisers are all well and good and fun and everything, but we just... All of our eggs are in this one basket, but at least we got a basket that's keeping us alive. As I'm sitting here, like, thinking about my lines, thinking about the lines that are being suggested, it just reminds me, you know, I made some suspect early plays in a game last week, and chat immediately piled on me in a way that, like, was not anybody's fault. It was like, it was just like, on a personal level, it felt, I didn't like it, not because anybody was doing anything wrong, but it hit me wrong. And I went into chat, and I went into emote only mode, and just to clear away that for a second, right? And what I realized about that, yeah, you're right. I should play that. Hold on. But besides,
I don't see it. Where is it? I lost it in the silence.
Besides resetting my emotional state in that moment and letting me not get tilty over people simply saying, hey, I don't think that was a good play, what it did to me is reminded me that I actually need to do that sometimes. One of my bad streaming habits, I'm not going to loot this away, one of my bad streaming habits is getting into a mode in a game where I kind of stop playing and I just it becomes Twitch plays magic, where I just read chat and I start making chat's decisions without thinking about it. And I need to start using the emote only mode when I realize that I'm becoming chat plays Twitch. Because if I take away your advice, then it really locks me in on the game and is like, look, Ryan, nobody's going to be able to tell you anything, so figure your crap out. And I noticed that in that moment that it really did lock me back in the game. So I'm going to use that as a tool in the future to say, like, you know, let me go emote only. I'm like chat crutching it. Maybe it's a chat crutch. Chat crutch. An Archer meme for that card too. You want a double meme? All right. Well, tell Jank that I'm busy tangenting and delivering memes. And it was, let's see if I've even got it in here. Here we go. Here, we'll do this one.
Archer.
Archer? Archer. Archer! Archer! What? God!
All right. Well, Jank not attacking us. We get to swarm. I like it. We're going to get wide here. Can't send our flyers into this sharpshooter, but we got a big flyer to play. We do have rummaging or looting, right? So maybe I should hold the land. But it doesn't loot. It only loots creatures. Is there anything else that's doing that? Well, I'll sandbag it for now. Anything underdrafted? What was our color spread today across the 8 drafts? I don't know. Well, looks like the Ancestor is continuing to successfully hold down the ground, so I'm going to go ahead and send in the Swarm. Nothing but the Reach and some unknown cards up here. And our library is still nice and thick. I'm gonna look for some value. That's actually not bad value. Getting that off the top of our library. Uh-oh. You don't like to see a smart oppo chumping at 17. You know it's not gonna be a chump. Okay, well at least it's not a dead swarm. That's a good play because now they have a 2/5 that can actually block this. Or the mine birds from Finding Nemo. That's one of Pixar's greatest moments, in my opinion. Just the seagulls going mine. Gonna be like that, huh? Well, we can trade for it, and we get ourselves an Ancestor. But this is the thing that we are that we're most scared of. But now they're out of blood, so it becomes a 5/5 again, which we can manage. So I'm afraid we have to, yeah, we're gonna have to take it this time. Ugh. Pump spell dead, that would be great. Oh, Catilda, you're a sight for sore planeswalkers. I think self-mill might be worth an attack, but I want the blocker now. Yeah. It's all about Catilda now. We're 3-3. We decide that right now, Tron. Washer Dryer is worried we've got an Uber Prince set here. Oppressively good mythics and rares. We'll play this pre, so Catilda grows even more. And send. Ah, that would have been nice to keep Catilda where we want her, but this is nice too. Another socialite, another blood token. But is the 7/7 worth sending? Because now I like potentially 5/7/4/4. It's a 1-for-1. We get a chunk of life, and Catilda could get the well, I guess it doesn't need the lifelink, but we could put lifelink on the swarm. We lose a bunch of power for Catilda if this dies, right? Because right now Catilda is getting action from 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. $11 mana, or 11 life. I think we're taking the 7, and we're going to try to... because we're at a virtual 16, so I'm going to leverage the virtual 18, and we're going to leverage the virtual 18 here to try and not die. I'm really just trying to make a bunch of win combat blocks and gain enough life. Like, actually, maybe we actually do this. We bounce block here and eat here instead. We can chump a 6/6. Oh yeah, sorry, we got to put this over here. Good call. That's where that belongs. And then just checking for others. This is a good block. We're just chumping there, taking 3. This is a good one not to try and kill since it's got activated not die. Anyway, Mike can't help it. Too hard. He tries. What you got? What? See, the real play here, though. You got to lull me into your support all game long, and then stick me with the false one just at the right time. So anyway, 7, 8, 9, 10, but nothing has first strike. So again, we're at a virtual 18 here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and that's plenty. So I like this. I think Jank was just like, writing's on the wall. Catilda's gonna get me. I gotta go for it. And now, how many blockers? Just the 3/3. So this gets blocked, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So unless this is action, a swing away on the crackback gets us the game. I already saved the hair. I'm going to make him have it and make Jank have it and ship away here. Oh, sorry, 2 insects. Why did I see those as not there? Okay, that changes things because it's not lethal. So maybe I just want the attackers only, the sky attackers. And then we still chump away again. Although maybe we just lose to the crackback here. I guess I could send Ancestor, and then we know for sure we're gaining another 12. Because if we leave the lifelinker back, maybe they kill it, and then we don't get that. I think we just send the 2 flyers we get through and the lifelinker. So let's get back to 19, and I think we survive crackback, right? Could even send this, I suppose. At 19. Does that change the clock on the crackback? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not really. It doesn't change the clock much, so I'm going to leave one chumpy blocker back. Maybe we'll, quote, draw some action. I can't believe we've milled this many cards with this. So, like, I got so many. We have, I think, 10 or more graveyard value cards. Can't seem to mill one, but 19 feels like enough to survive. Let's see. Who will win the first? Ooh, that looks like a rare. What does that do? Is that a game-winning rare? We're just talking about how busto the rares are, how they can swing games quickly. I don't think so. Well, they got 2 flyer blockers, so maybe it did matter, but we still get to force a chump and gain some more life. I still think chump 6 is fine. Then it's a question of whether we want to try and trade here. And I think that's also fine to like go boom, boom. Putting an Ancestor Aura on Swarm is also fine, right? So I'm going to do this. Huh. Not really what we're looking for. A little too clunky for this stage of the game, but we can play it and activate it to start with. Yeah, Swarm Mill could help work it out. Yeah, that's true. And this on top does do the Swarm Mill thing. So I'm not leaving this on top to... Oh, wait, this doesn't have a backside, though, does it? So it doesn't... But it does do the board thing. So we'll leave it there for the board effect. And... if we send the Swarm, there's a potential double block on it. I'm just going to send Catilda. It's lethal. They gotta trade off one of these two. And what's this? Let's make sure this isn't gonna wreck me. What the heck is this? Oh, it's just this Skelly. Okay. Yep. Sending then. They can't. Oh yeah, they can't double block or they would die. That's fair. So I should have just sent both. Bad on me. Yeah, I'll be silly if that cost me, because could have sent this into... They would have done a bounce block and a chump, but that would have been better, right? They bounce block the ground reacher, and then this has to chump here, so... Didn't cost me. We still got there.
I do my hair.
All right, I'm gonna brace myself.
Check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
All right, fun Gauntlet, great first effort, lots of great decks out there, good games, back and forth. We didn't know who was going to win till the very end. And Catilda MVP for sure. And in regards to your shopping hopes,
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
well, how do you feed your virtual kids with the virtual points that you were going to spend on virtual food? All right, good times though. Thanks everybody. Thanks Mama, thanks Hat for coordinating the show, getting all the ducks in a row and all the cats herded. You know what cats I'm talking about. All right, get paid. What is this? A new poll? Oh, that's the end of it. Yes, it's like, I thought that. Kerching. Always bet on Ryan. Hey, YouTube friends, including, I don't know if you're still here, but we had one YouTube friend show up live today. That's always fun when that happens. My YouTube friends out there who are watching pre-recorded, come on down, 9 a.m. Pacific. I know you get a day off sometimes. I know your boss doesn't hover over you all the time. You could throw me up on that other monitor. I'll be fine, right? Anyway, thanks for hanging. Hope you enjoyed that. Fun to play against chat as always. Draft in pod and for free. Nice. Bye.